Letterkenny, a show created by Jared Kiso, first aired in 2016 and has run for 10 seasons. Watching Letterkenny, we saw many fights, whether for important or totally stupid reasons. The show features a lot of strong skids, hicks, and jocks ready to fight at any moment. But who are the top 10 strongest characters in Letterkenny? Keep watching for a ranked list. Let's start off with 5 of the best fights in Letterkenny. First on the list is Wayne versus Joint Boy. Even after 10 seasons of production, the fight in season 1 that pits Wayne against Joint Boy continues to be the series' pinnacle. Another candidate for the title of toughest guy in Letterkenny with a resume to support it is Joint Boy. At a strip club, Joint Boy confronted 4 bouncers. He punched a man for making unwanted approaches toward his sister, earning him some jail time. Wayne normally has little trouble winning his battles, but the conflict with Joint Boy is an exception. The exchange of blows continues until Joint Boy is forced to the ground. Want to come to a wonderfully soft birthday party? This is Wayne's final line, which brings the brilliant sequence to a great conclusion. Next is Hicks and Natives versus the D-Gen All-Stars. The citizens of Letterkenny refer to anyone they believe should be excluded from society as D-Gens. Although it isn't stated explicitly, it is made obvious that engaging in nasty behavior rapidly leads to the label of D-Gen. The only real enemies are narrow-minded people in a place like Letterkenny, where everyone is accepted for who they are. The D-Gens band together to become the D-Gen All-Stars in the largest brawl of the series. This unsavory bunch, led by Alistair Orson Westwood Yates, arrived at the neighborhood cookout to cause trouble. Instead, the united efforts of the Hicks and Indigenous sent them fleeing. While this team-up was not as spectacular as some of the MCU's hand-to-hand combat, it was nonetheless incredible. Thirdly, we have Wayne versus the Chest Puffer. This college idiot, who calls himself the Chest Puffer, is the toughest person in his college town. He therefore asserts that he must also be the toughest guy in Letterkenny. This is a statement that Wayne will not accept at face value. The Chest Puffer exudes confidence that seems to have been taken directly from Street Fighter II. Watching him attempt to dance around the stern and reserved Wayne is hilarious. The youngster makes some accurate strikes, even completely knocking Wayne off his feet. Despite this, Wayne prevails and closes the match with a handshake of respect. Next, we have Wayne versus Rat Ass. Rat Ass, often known as Shitty Wolverine, is one of the earliest opponents Wayne faces in the series, but it still ranks among his best matches. Despite his nasty fighting style, Rat Ass is no match for Wayne in a head-to-head bout and is a pretender to the title of toughest guy in Letterkenny. Rat Ass's hideous visage is certainly the fight's most unforgettable aspect. When Wayne has to touch him, even with his fist, the viewers feel awful for Wayne because of the distinctive combination of back acne and greasiness on him. Letterkenny versus the Rez is last on this list for today. Tannis is initially introduced as more of a villain, even though she eventually develops into one of the series' most endearing characters. After being taken advantage of by the Skids in a commercial transaction, Tannis launches a scorched earth campaign on the entire town in an effort to recoup her lost money. She burns down the Hicks' brand new produce stand, which is the most atrocious act. This leads to a huge altercation, or Donnybrook in hockey player lingo. One of the most memorable battles in the program is this one because of its size and fast-paced nature. As anticipated, Letterkenny's combined forces triumph. The top 10 strongest characters in Letterkenny. In the 10th position, we have Stuart. The local ringmaster of Letterkenny Skids isn't particularly strong. For the majority of the series, Stuart chooses recreational drugs over fist fighting or bodybuilding to get a body high. Even so, Stuart is compelled to put on weight after some friends fall afoul of a rival drug dealer. Stuart goes from being a sickly basement rat to a lean, athletic specimen in this plot. Even though he is still not a strong fighter, his dance abilities and WWE WWE expertise make him a very formidable opponent. He even succeeds in using John Cena's hallmark technique, the attitude adjustment, to slam his opponent at one point. In the 9th position, we have McMurray. McMurray doesn't frequently appear in the show's numerous battle scenes, but it's always a pleasure to have him there when he does. He maintains excellent physical condition thanks to his farming lifestyle and the frequent chicken dance. He also brings a deranged attitude that some find frightening, and most people find disturbing. McMurray is a formidable man, yet many of the town's stronger citizens are still stronger than him. The outcome of any match between McMurray and the heavier opponents higher on the list would not be favorable for the Ag Hall president. Daryl comes in the 8th position. Daryl has proven to be more than adequate in physical encounters, despite the fact that he is frequently disregarded because he is the smallest of the Hicks. Although he isn't shown engaging in any one-on-one combat, he isn't afraid to enter the ring when things get heated. His title of Legendary is well-deserved. In addition to sparing Squirrely Dan from Sammy Sandwich's beating, he also protects Wayne from being cornered by Alistair Orson Westwood Yates, the D-Gen's leader. Even though Daryl may not be at the top of this list, he deserves credit for more than just some of Letterkenny's funniest remarks. In the 7th position, we have Riley and Jonesy. Although they may not be the fiercest players on the ice, Riley and Jonesy of Letterkenny are never scared to step up whenever it's Tilly time, or fight time, as it's known to those who don't utilize the show's hilarious slang phrases. The two go on to garner much more respect when it comes to scoring goals and throwing hands, after receiving some nasty beatings early in the series. Their drive to make improvements to their strength ultimately limits it. Rather than perfecting any one skill, Riley and Jonesy are more concerned with scoring takedowns with big city slams. If they stopped skipping leg days, they could certainly get stronger. In the 6th position, we have Squirrely Dan. Squirrely Dan has proven to be a non-aggressive individual on numerous occasions. He has been extremely explicit in saying that there's always an alternative to using violence, and that he would always choose to do so. But he's not afraid to fight when things don't go well. Dan is a big guy, and isn't hesitant to make the most of that. On-screen footage has shown him trampling gentlemen like an NFL running back. Strength and mass are not the same things though. Dan is capable of holding his own, but before he ranks among Letterkenny's strongest, he needs to refine his natural strength. Despite coming up short in this category, Squirrely Dan is still one of the funniest characters on one of Hulu's top-rated series. Bradley is in the 5th position. Bradley, a relative of Gale's, is only in Letterkenny for a short while, but he leaves an impact. Wayne, Dan, and Daryl are first called in to protect Modine's from upcountry D-Gens, but things quickly spiral out of control as they consume far more alcohol than they should. As resentment mounts, Bradley delivers 2 swift blows to take out Daryl and Dan. Although Wayne has a great deal of admiration for Bradley, he jumps to his friend's aid and knocks Bradley to the ground. Unfortunately for viewers, Wayne and Bradley's altercation happens off-screen. Wayne is shown to win the fight, but it would have been entertaining to witness what was undoubtedly a fight to remember. In the 4th position, we have Shorzy. Even though Shorzy has gained notoriety for his chirping both on and off the ice, he has repeatedly demonstrated that he is no pushover when the gloves are off. He is one of the best fighters and hockey players in the province when he isn't busy courting his teammates' mothers. Shorzy doesn't play by any rules, making him a very deadly opponent. While his dishonest methods may have given him the reputation of a serpent, for Shorzy, a win is a win. The adage, "They don't ask how, they ask how many," guides his life. Here are the top 3 strongest characters in Letterkenny. In 3rd third place, we have Tyson. When Tyson first appears, he dashes into the neighborhood pub and squares up against Wayne for the honor of being Letterkenny's toughest man. Wayne is struck hard against the mat by Tyson's sucker punch before the bout even starts. Even though Wayne recovers and triumphs, it is clear that Tyson is a top-tier martial artist. He's one of Letterkenny's most formidable fighters, thanks to his Muay Thai skills. While he may not have much raw strength, his training and discipline mask this. In the second place, we have Joint Boy. Joint Boy, a cannabis enthusiast and local boxing legend, is a huge man who seems destined for combat. This man looks like an Australian rugby player, sculpted out of stones, as Squirrely Dan puts it. JB is typically seen at the gym, smoking marijuana or both, according to a popular joke in Letterkenny. Joint Boy simply has no fear due to his enormous size and intimidating stature. He has asserted in the past that he could beat the fuck out of 95% of the population on Earth. It's reasonable to ask if 95% is a little bit low after seeing Joint Boy's antics on screen. The strongest character in Letterkenny is Wayne. It's no surprise to find Wayne at the top of this list, as he considers himself to be the hardest man in Letterkenny. He has consistently shown he is both ready and able to defeat any rivals for the throne. Wayne has raised his hand to end every single battle so far. The combination of Wayne's agricultural strength and street fighting discipline make him the champion of this small town arena, even if some of his rivals may be more agile or powerful. That is all we have for you today. Do you agree with the ranking of the strongest characters in Letterkenny? If not, let us know your opinion in the comment section, as well as other topics you would like us to feature on the channel. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.